Welcome to this edition of Community Connection. I'm John Ball, and we have the new Superintendent of Schools, Jim Davis. Jim, may I call you Jim?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jim, well, there are so many things that we want to talk about. I'm not sure we can get it all done. We might want to come back and break it up and do 2 or 3 different settings because people in Neosho are excited about what's going on in the Neosho School District. And having listened to you, you're excited about being here. So let's start out by talking about where your grassroots were, where you came to, and how you got up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for having me. It's an honor to join the community of Neosho. We're super excited to join. My wife and I and my 4 girls. I grew up in Oklahoma, was able to go to Kansas and play baseball, and then I ended up in Arizona where my wife was from, and I spent my first 22 years of education in Arizona and Peoria Unified School District, where I was able to teach and coach and athletic director, principal, and end up being a superintendent in another district. And then 6 years ago, we moved to Rogers, Arkansas to get closer to my family, especially my mom. And we spent 6 years in Rogers as an assistant superintendent. And Neosho came available, and we looked at it and researched it. We thought that Neosho had a really tight alignment to what our values are as a family and what we believed in. And so we started investigating what this job would be about, and we found out that it's a wonderful community, and we're just super excited to be here and super excited to move into the community. And also our 4 girls will be attending Neosho School District.
Oh, that's great. We have a lot of new facilities. The patrons of the area have been really, really good to get behind the school system and what's going on, and the thought behind that was better facilities bring better educators. Can you talk about that for just a minute or two? Yes,
absolutely. Well, one, we're very blessed, and we're thankful to the patrons of their contribution to give us these facilities because they're world-class facilities. I mean, our Performing Arts Center is a world-class facility. There's not facilities like that around not just Missouri, but around the country. And so we're very fortunate with that. And then our ag facility that's been built, it is going to be a game changer for our ag department, for our education system, and the kids that are going to be involved. And we're just excited with what it's going to give our kids, the opportunity it's going to give our kids. And so our baseball and our softball complex are top-notch facilities, and overall we're just very fortunate and blessed to have these facilities. As a superintendent, I believe it's my responsibility to not only we have new facilities, but we need to maintain our facilities. And so that'll be some of our focus this year, is to make sure that we take care of what we've been given and we've been having the opportunity to steward over, and just because of our patrons have been such good contributors.
You said something a little earlier that kind of resonated in my heart, because many, many years ago I was the first 7th grade class to put on what was then the junior high, and the principal then, Dennis Griffin, said, "You realize we're all in one building and we are the 2nd largest city in Newton County." You made that comment earlier about a school is much like a city.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yeah. We're fortunate because Neosho is a growing school district by population. There's not a lot of school districts that are growing. Our incoming kindergarten class is already up to 377 students, which is top 4 in enrollment and population of all of our classes. And so we know we're getting more kids. And so that's going to be important. And what I mean by a city, the high school has 1,500 students, and there's also 300 adults in that building. And so we're talking on a daily basis, there's 1,800 people in that building. And so that is a small city. That's larger than a lot of cities in the state of Missouri. And so the responsibility, number one, to keep all of our kids and our staff safe and secure, which we have our own police department. We're very fortunate with that. But not only to keep them safe and secure, but we have the responsibility to educate them and to give them a great experience.
I think one of the things that's vitally important to the area is Crowder College, and we have used that as a great resource. We've had kids that have graduated here and actually had certification in nurses training, in diesel training, things like that. Do you intend to continue to use Crowder as that type of a resource?
Yes, sir. Dr. Pierce is fantastic. I've met with her numerous times. Career technical education is a piece of the education system. We know that our ultimate responsibility is to prepare kids for post-secondary opportunities. And post-secondary opportunities is college and career. And so we know that a solid education in our K-12 system will give them the ability to be prepared for that post-secondary opportunity. Crowder College gives kids opportunities for choices, and those choices could be not only career technical education, but it could be in our concurrent enrollment courses as well. And we know if students get an advancement in taking those courses in high school, it's going to give them momentum to finish.
You said earlier that Neosho was fortunate in that we had 2 kids that made perfect scores on the ACT, and that's unheard of. Mm-hmm. And that's something we would need to celebrate. Can you tell me a little bit how we're going to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we want to, as a superintendent, one of my goals is to celebrate our successes. In the school world, unfortunately, a lot of times you hear what the negativity is and the things that maybe aren't going as well, but there's too many things that are going well, and we have to celebrate those. Last year, Neosho had 2 students with a perfect ACT score, which is remarkable. We need to celebrate those students because we're going to have more kids with perfect ACT scores. And also, those 2 students had a perfect score on multiple advanced placement exams, and that means that they're getting college credit, but also they have the ability to be a national merit semifinalist, and so that equals scholarship dollars. And so we're excited for our students. We just want to celebrate them.
Okay. You came in as a football coach. That's how you started your career. Mr. Keith Kilgore has come up as athletic director. He's in fact going to be our baseball coach this next year. With a coaching background like that, what can you tell me about athletics and where you feel like we need to go?
Yes. Athletics, and not only athletics, but the arts and the activities are critical to our school system because that's why students show up. That's what interests students, and that is the hook so that kids want to come to school and want to perform academically. And so our coaches and our sponsors and our band directors, choir, speech and debate, those individuals are the front porch of the district. And those are the experiences that they're giving our students so kids have a hook and a genuine interest of showing up to school. And so we want those environments to be the greatest classrooms that we have in our school district because we know that we have over 180 students in band. And so our band instructors have a tremendous responsibility not only to teach what's taking place in band, but also to give them an experience where they enjoy their high school experience. And so coaching and sponsorships and arts and athletics and activities is critical, one of our main spokes of the wheel of what we do in the education system. And so we think that is extremely valuable, and we want to emphasize those areas.
As a new guy coming in, you look at the system, and you made very clear a little while ago that we want to celebrate the things that we've done in the past, but in the education field, you either go up or down. Can you expound upon that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah, and you know when we get the teachers back for the back to school celebration, there's going to be many things that I share with them that they need to celebrate because those were the accomplishments that the team had not only last year but previous years that built up to that. And so in the school world, every year is a different year. We have 169 days to educate our students, and so dynamics of the family change, and so our students change, our families change, and then we get a new group of kindergartners come in, and kids move into a different grade level with new teachers. And so in the school system, we have to always have the mentality that we want continuous improvement. And what that means is we want to honor the things that have been done, but also look at the areas that we could improve on and emphasize those areas. And my job as superintendent and our team at central office is to build partnership with our school leaders so that they feel supported and we give them the resources so they can make those improvements.
Back to that reference a while ago about the high school is actually a little city in itself. The Neosho school system is also among the biggest employers in Newton County. You've got a real job ahead. Your job is more mentoring and things of that sort. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, absolutely. The part that I love about being a school leader, especially in the superintendent role, is the ability to impact adults. And the reason why I think it's important that I focus on impacting the adults because my impact on the adults is going to have a direct impact on the students, because if our adults are healthy in our school system, our kids are going to be healthy. And so as a mentorship, I am an individual, a leader that's very visible in the community. I'm very visible in the schools, and I'm going there not to evaluate. I'm going there to build partnership with our school leaders and to give them support and to give them mentorship so that they can become the very best that they can.
Your leadership style, you said earlier, you were more of a contributor than anything else, meaning we're all in this together. As far as teamwork is concerned, talk about that for just a second.
Yes, absolutely. I believe collaboration is important because collaboration will create clarity. Clarity is a strength of an organization. If you can create clarity, you really can move really quickly and have momentum. And so I think that's just very important for me to be a contributor of what's going on, because I need to have boots on the ground so that they know that as a leader I'm authentic and I'm working together with them. They're not working for me, I'm working with them, and I think that's important.
I know you're a really, really busy guy. Thank you so much for your time today. I'd like to invite you back. I think there's a whole lot more of your story that the patrons of the Neosho School District are interested in. So maybe from time to time we can sit down and talk.
Absolutely. I'd love to.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.